All right, good evening and welcome to the City of Monte Sereno our City Council meeting. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we have the roll call, please?
Standing.
Here.
Councilmember Rogers.
Here.
Councilmember Turner.
Here.
Councilmember Wilsheimer.
Here.
Mayor Craig.
Here. Are there any changes to the orders of the day?
No changes.
Great. Seeing none, I will start oral communications. At this point, any member of the public wishing to speak on any item that is not on the agenda can come forward. And seeing no blue cards and nobody wishing to speak, I will move to written communications. I don't see any of them. Is that correct? And then that takes us to the consent calendar. Items 1 and 2. Do I have a motion to approve the consent calendar? Please make a motion on your device. I see a motion and I see a second.
Okay.
So can we...
I have just a seconder. Do I have a mover?
There's no motion button.
Yeah, my motion button isn't.
Someone made a motion.
I did, but it got,
It's lost in the electron.
Okay. Did
heaven.
it come up now?
no.
No.
Nothing.
That neutrality. That's the problem.
Brown, Mike. We're being throttled. You're being throttled.
I would make a motion to approve the consent calendar.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
It's asking me to withdraw the motion. I won't.
Do I have a second?
I second, I guess. Or third.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so we don't have any new business tonight. I'm sorry, we don't have any unfinished business except for item number 3, the city's response to the Santa Clara County Civil Grand Jury report. It was titled, Destiny is Our Density. And this is a continuation from...
Density is our destiny.
Density is our destiny. It's my destiny. Darn it.
Back to the future.
I know. You're my destiny.
Yes.
All righty. So this is a continuation from our last meeting. And would staff like to open this up for us?
Sure. This item came to the City Council 2 weeks ago. Staff had drafted a preliminary response to the Santa Clara County Civil Grand Jury report entitled Density is Our Destiny. At that meeting, the City Council discussed the item and directed staff to do some additional community outreach to see, to allow the public additional time to take a look at the report as well as the city's draft response. The city did do as was instructed, and we posted it 3 different times on Nextdoor with links to the report and a request saying that the City Council had asked for their input. We also sent it out on our general email distribution list and posted it on the city website on the front page and in the news. And as of the time of the publication of the packet, we had received one comment, which was really directed at the Hacienda project and not necessarily to the report itself. And since the publication of the packet, staff has not received any input from the public. So at the meeting, Mayor Craig did request under recommendation number 10 for our response that we add in a bit of a narrative, which staff had not done. So we added that in, and you'll see that's the only change to the city's draft, to staff's draft response. So with that, if you have any additional questions or input, we are certainly available to do that.
Thank you very much. Do we have any further questions for staff? Okay, seeing none, I'd like to open this item up for public comment. Would any member of the public like to speak on this item? I currently do not have any speaking cards for this topic. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and bring it back to council. Do we have any comments, or do I have a motion to approve this report?
It would
Okay.
be to approve the draft response.
Yes, approve the draft response.
I make a motion to approve the draft response.
I have a motion and a second already.
Oh, okay, very good.
And you guys
Can
are
we
so
call for the
fast, the
vote,
buttons
please?
are.
Oops.
And there's our button.
Okay, I have all those.
Okay, can we record the vote, please?
Go. It passes
All
5-0.
right, passes 5-0. That takes us on to new business, where we have none, and that brings us to council member comments, and I would like to start with council member Turner.
I have no comments at this time.
No comments. Okay,
I attended the Silicon Valley Animal Control Board meeting. The only significant business there was a review of the performance of the executive director, which I believe was the first time. He's been with the organization for, I think, 12 years, and this is his first review. I pushed for that pretty hard in the last couple of years. We should do a review on a regular basis. So we finally did a review, and he came out well. He's doing a great job. So and there are never any issues there, but it should be a habit to do a review. We're doing that every year from now on. That
okay,
was it.
thank you. Councilmember Anstanding?
I have a comment, but not a report. Does
Okay.
that fit here?
Sure. Let's go ahead and.
I would just make a comment that the repaving that was being done, that's on, particularly on Ridgecrest, is really horrible. There's ruts that are in the road. There's new ruts that weren't there before, and even on the curbside. So if you're a pedestrian or riding a bike and you're going downhill from down Ridgecrest toward Highway 9, it's really exceptionally dangerous. And the reason I raised this is several years ago, when they were repaving Highway 9, we brought in, this was long before you, Terry, but we brought Caltrans in, and they walked most of Highway 9 with me and with Brian. And you could see that every place where there were these, I call them manhole covers, but they're mostly the smaller ones where the water and sewer covers were located. They never, they never matched them up flush with the road. And as a result, if, again, we have so many people cycling, if you hit one of those things, you could easily jump into Highway 9 with your bike and lose control and fall. So if there's anything we could possibly do to encourage the folks, whoever did it, I don't know if it was done locally or if it was a Caltrans project, that would be helpful.
It was actually the county. And we, our city engineer, who's just been awesome in trying to, how shall I say, get them on board with number one, doing a better job, as well as, unfortunately, they did not notify us at all that they were going to do all this work. So, there was really no, like we did all the outreach for our own projects, the county didn't do anything. And we only discovered that it was happening when a resident actually on Ridgecrest contacted us. So Julie's been working extensively with them and really, let them know that we expect them in the future to let us know so that we can coordinate some form of outreach. And yes, we are aware of a number of the deficiencies in the work that they did. And so our city engineer is working closely with them to try to remedy all the
Yeah, I raised the issue, and Julie actually responded very quickly, saying that she would bring it up with the folks who did the paving initially, because there was a lot of gravel, et cetera, that was left in the walking and bike lanes along Highway 9. But in any event, I just wanted to make the comment. So thank
Sure, and if at the end of the day we can't receive a satisfactory result from the county, we'll work towards seeing what we can do on our own.
you. Thank you.
Has there been any thought of contacting our supervisor, Mike Wasserman?
It could be a possibility, but Julie our city engineer, of course, of Julie, as you know, she's been extremely effective, in getting responses in general from Caltrans and from the county. So I'm going to try to let her work her magic first, and then if necessary, we'll seek a higher level.
Okay. Yeah, Mike's pretty good sometimes. He can really push some buttons.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is that I just haven't had an opportunity, but I may reach out to his office just to indicate that we do expect to be notified in advance, and we expect our residents to be notified in advance. And to be frank, I was shocked that they just started the work and no one knew it was happening.
Okay. Councilmember Rogers.
Just a couple things real quickly. Burton and I went and met the the new superintendent of schools. I believe you had lunch with him or
Yes.
met with him, and I'm planning on doing that sometime in the next couple of weeks. And we also went to a rally for Evan Lowe, which was
State of the Assembly.
yeah, the State of the Assembly, which is quite interesting because there was a number of protesters there that were just really loud and obnoxious, where he was really trying to do a good job talking about everything that he's been supporting. And just personally, I know this isn't a place to be political, but I really support him. I think he's doing a great job. So that's it.
Okay, thank you very much. So I have just a couple of things also. First of all, at the Silicon Valley Regional Interoperability Board, we have a new executive director. Her name is Denise Sellers. She's the former police chief of Gilroy, and she was actually the assistant director of the group when our executive director left to become the director of county communications. So it's kind of nice because we feel like we actually picked up some extra talent there, because having the former director as the director of county communications, I think, helps us a little bit. And just things have not been running terribly smoothly this summer in terms of Motorola came in to do preventative maintenance at Valley Medical, shut down part of the system, and forgot to turn it back on. And they said, oh, this will never happen again. 4 weeks later, it happens again. So I don't know how to stop them from doing that, but their preventative maintenance is shutting down large chunks of our system, but hopefully it will not happen anymore. And unfortunately, Governor Brown signed SB 237, so we'll have to see how that is going to work out in terms of affecting the community choice aggregate organizations that are out there, including Silicon Valley Community Energy. And as Councilmember Rogers stated, I did attend the State of the Assembly, where we were presented with this lovely check from Evan for $16,000, which is our share of the SB1 funds. So I tried to cash it, wouldn't work, but I wanted us to have this, and keep paying those taxes, guys, so we can get our roads fixed.
This year's share should be considerable.
Yeah. I was like, really? Of course, what was the comment? Do you want to say the comment that Evan made?
Oh, I can't remember. It was really bad.
He goes, most citizens of Monte Sereno
that's it.
make that in one day,
Yeah,
more
no,
than that in one
that's what
day.
he said.
I was like, well, gee, I wish I did, but yeah, but that's it. And I think we also took care of council member comments at the same time, so that takes us to our city manager report.
The only thing I have is a reminder that we are seeking applicants for the Site and Architectural Commission, and they are due October 10th.
Yes, I believe October 10th.
October 10th. So far, we have two.
I have one in and somebody else
and someone
intending.
coming.
Yeah,
Two of the current commissioners.
correct.
And so, please, I encourage all of the city council, as well as all of the citizens, to reach out to those folks you know who would make great site and architectural commissioners, and encourage them to apply.
How many positions are open?
It's 3, right? Yes, 3. Less than 0.
As much as we get paid.
Yes, it's equal to the city council pay.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Pretty high.
Well, the duties involve, being a member of the city's Site and Architectural Commission, which is a group which reviews projects, new houses, major additions to houses. Their primary function is to, look at the design and its compatibility with the neighborhood and the city as a whole. And they meet once a month, correct?
Yes,
Yeah, they meet once a month.
first Wednesday of the month.
First
typically.
Wednesday of the month. So it's not, it's not a huge commitment other than you'll receive a packet with some information, review the plans. So, once a month it requires some time to go over the packet and then attend the meeting, but it's not a huge commitment.
Part of their agenda be the
Typically, no. The only other thing that they look at besides applications for additions and new houses is they would take a look at any changes to the city zoning ordinance. Like, for example, at the next meeting, there'll be an item on the tree preservation ordinance. Because the council asked for some changes, so we take it to the Site and Architectural Commission because they also review these types of permits. But beyond that, no.
They also handle tree removal permits.
Right.
Yep. Okay. So with that, I will adjourn this meeting until October the